do shit. We have fun. We had some stuff that we chat about beforehand. We have lives, but we're here now, and we're here to talk about some baseball, talk about some sports, and chat with my good buddy David Ordog. Ordy, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Not everything's perfect, but there's more to complain about than I have to. So we're good.
In one way or another, right? In one way or another. So, got stung by B. Yeah, there are levels to this shit. So this weekend, I was playing in an alumni guest golf tournament at Williams College, where my dad went to school, and I was his guest. He was the alumni. And it got rained out this morning, so the final got rained out, which sucks because we were in the hunt, and then we no longer could finish the hunt because it got rained out. And so first and second, the hunt was canceled. So I'm a little pissed because we could have done it. But I did get a trophy. It's from something completely different. It's not relevant, but it is golf relevant. But I got a trophy. So 2 years ago, I went on a golf trip with some of my dad's buddies from college and all this, and it was organized by this guy by the name of Ken Hollingsworth, and Ken's nickname is Hollywood. And so we went to this golf course. It was like 20 people. We played like four courses over 4 days. And there was a Stableford tournament. And Stableford is essentially, it's points for certain scores. So like if you get an eagle, it's 5. If you get a birdie, it's 3, a par 2, bogey 1, double 0. No, it's just you. It's just you individually. And it's based off of handicap. So, if you're a 10 handicap, you're getting 10 strokes and all this, right? So I was the low man in the tournament. So the Stableford was actually based off of my handicap. And when you do a Stableford over that many days with a handicap, it tends to favor mid-range handicaps because they're getting strokes, right? So with no stroke, is important, with no strokes given at any point, Travis won the Stableford over the 4 days. And so the cup was going to be reused, but it only ended up being used once. Hollywood Cup of Champions. It's a mini claret jug, and it's got my name. You can't really see it, but it's got my name engraved. I don't know if I shimmer it.
Is it the Hollywood trophy you said? Hollywood Cup Championship trophy. Shout out to the Majestic Kitty Crew. Thank you for watching, Majestic Kitty Crew. And Travis, amazing job, dude. Congratulations on winning the
some point, and I got a trophy to bring home, so I'm super excited about that. I am a winner. I lose a lot, but occasionally I win. So Ordog, before we open some packs, this is the last of the jumbo hobbies that I have left. This is the last of the jumbo hobbies. So we can open this, and there are more jumbo hobbies. Like Topps update Topps Chrome just came out, so I'm going to get that on my way home, right? So I got some stuff to get, big stuff that I'm going to get on my way back to Denver. We're opening this today, Dynamic Duels. I actually got 2 of them, so we'll have one for this week, one for next week. So this is the one I texted you about. So should we save the Fanatics Series 2 for a rainy day? We're gonna do this. Two relics, 1 auto, and we're gonna go from there. So it is Ordog, 1 day, 3 viewers. Let's go. Talk about something today because if you could tell from the cards that I currently have out, there is a theme to what I am displaying. Yeah, take a little look at what I got here. They are. It is a baseball player. They
I
are
zoomed in on
actually
my own. I zoomed in on my own forehead. Look at those pores, dude. Holy crap.
smooth.
That's crazy. Honestly, bro, it's kind of crazy how poor, like how good the front camera is. But I couldn't. I wish I could see who you have up there. I can't read. Is that
Behind me.
okay? Well, oh, well, it's right.
It is Ryan McMahon. So if you did not know, Ryan McMahon was just traded the other day to the New York Yankees, and yeah, shot through the heart. Made a Gold Glove play in his first game, which was kind of sick. As a Yank. So this is my. Oh wow! All right, first. Wow! All right, there we go. First pack.
Is that the 35?
This happens, but it is actually a really good hit. This is a immediate sleeve worthy hit, David. New York Yankees rookie Ben Rice auto.
That Travis on card, not even a sticker.
On sticker, and so that is we are gonna sleeve her up immediately. Ben Rice, hottest rookie for the New York Yankees this year. I actually haven't set someone who may want this card.
Here, that's this card, right? Just for him.
Yeah, it's the same card. It's the exact. Yeah, it's very. They're very similar in terms of like.
We got the Met rookie and we got the Yanks rookie. Dude, Trav, look at us, bro. I got the card you wanted, and you got a card none of us fucking want. So that's I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a Yankees joke. That's a Yankees joke.
It's a Yankees thing. And there's my Luis Acuna Jr. So that's a really good hit, actually. I think that's probably worth, $40, $50, if not a little bit more. And I know someone who would buy it. I may give it in Cooperstown. Because guess who does not want it? I don't want it. But so yeah, sad day in Colorado Rockies world. Ryan McMahon was traded, and being traded to the Evil Empire really hurt. But I think that he is about to, show himself and show his skills to a lot of people who didn't know it. So, as much as I hate to see him go, I'm really happy for him that he's about to, kind of be able to go, be on a big stage, show it off a little bit. And, if you can't tell, I have a few Ryan McMahon autographs, but this one behind me is one of my favorites. So, if you don't know this about Ryan McMahon, which unless you go to as many Rockies games as Travis Sprague or infield hit slash the card linker goes to, Ryan McMahon is like a good way to gauge the timing of a baseball game. He's like clockwork, like almost exactly 20 minutes before every game, Rymac comes out and he goes through his stretching routine. He then plays catch with one of the trainers, then, throws the ball that he's been using over the netting, and then he goes and signs autographs for people. And he does it. It's basically how it works every time. Sometimes he doesn't sign right, but it is incredibly consistent. So, just one of those guys. So, I was there, and I was like, I really want a Rymac on a jersey autograph. I don't have one yet. Let me go see if I can grab one. So I went up to the team store. they had the clearance rack of all the jerseys from the year before, which were the better jerseys. Like the jerseys last year were the shitty Fanatics jerseys that they already got rid of. They were so bad. So they had the good years jerseys on sale for dirt cheap, and I got a discount for being a season ticket holder. So double cheap, right? Went up, and it was the last year. Rymack was killing it. Like, he was their all-star, and so there were a ton of his jerseys. I walked up, found one that was, there were no larges, grabbed an extra large, literally took it off this is a 20-minute process. Took it off the hanger, paid for it, went back to my season seats, sat there, waited. Rymack came up and signed that jersey. It was like between thought and inception was about 20 minutes. Or inception and execution was about 20. Between inception and inception was basically instantaneous. So it was wild. But Ryan McMahon, oh my God, dude,
Ooh, juicy boxer. Juicy boxer. Ooh, little relic.
Right, relic insert. So that is all right. And then we got a little Willie Mays. Willie Mays Hayes. One's like Mays, hits like Hayes. Do you know what that's from? No. You know who Willie Mays Hayes is? So Willie Mays Hayes is a character in Major League. And he essentially forces his way onto the baseball team, and he goes it's either runs like Hayes, hits like Mays, like something like that. Like, I heard the rumbling that it wasn't the best thing, but I really enjoyed it.
I think we were in college when it came out. Right after we left college. But that movie was a steaming pile of you shouldn't watch it. And
I actually rewatched it not that long ago, and I think the difference is Yeah, I did. Hear me out, dude. Hear me out. So, I know, and I watched it again. So here's my hot take on the movie. It's so expectations and reality are always two different things, right? And I think Super Troopers 1 is the cult classic of cult classics. It is a unbelievably funny movie with 9 million high quality quotable scenes that are hilariously funny, right? Like, they're great. I think that these schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Like, unbelievable. The difference between Super Troopers 2, this was my huge disappointment as opposed to Super Troopers regular or 1, is Super Troopers 2 had very funny moments and funny things that happened. And I thought the storyline was semi-decent, but it's not a quotable movie. Like, there's no memorable funny lines or things that made Super Troopers funny. There was none of that really in my eyes of Super Troopers 2. So while I don't think it was the best thing that's ever happened in the world, I think it gets knocked down because of how funny and the style of comedy that Super Troopers 1 was. And that's my hot take.
if you say the same thing about Happy Gilmore 2, right? Like, so Happy Gilmore 1, You're Gonna Die Clown, Shooter, um, what else? I mean, there are a ton of funny things. I can't think of all of them. Oh, I'm Looking for Pieces of My Bottle. There's some.
Uh, in Super Troopers 2, like the Scotty Scheffler line of like, not again, when he gets arrested was fucking, and it's not like a memorable line, but it's hilarious. Or in Happy Gilmore 2, sorry. But like I truly I enjoyed it because I also had low expectations and I knew what I was signing up for. You were signing up for an incredibly stupid movie with 9 million cameos that was going to be dumb funny. Like if you thought this was going to be high quality comedy, then Oh! Oh! 99. It's mean. Oh, that's an immediate sleever. Um that's an immediate sleever. I love that card. I'm so jazzed on this card. Do you know why? Is because if there were ever to be a Jaron Duran signing or be able to get his autograph, this would be a card that I'd buy to try to get signed. Oh, that is so yeah, I'm tickle me pink. But yeah, so like I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. I thought the cameos were done really well. The only thing I was slightly surprised that Tiger Woods was not in it. Like I was slightly surprised.
Fair enough.
Spoiler
Like,
alert.
who knows?
Also, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. So like skip the next minute if you don't want a spoiler alert, or just go watch it. The fact that what's her name dies, Veronica dies within the first like 2 minutes of the movie is
It's in, I think. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But I don't hate that either. And it did honestly, I think I think it was the right move. I just wish it played with a little bit more sincerity or like weight to it.
later in the movie, right? But like at the outset of it, it was kind of like a throwaway, and I killed her, and then it was just like, and then my life goes to shit, and you were just like, all right.
Could also have just done like you could have started the movie with her already being dead and just kind of like do that off camera. You know what I mean? And be like, of course my wife, like we whatever, we got married, we had kids,
Yeah, and nothing would have changed. Yeah, nothing would have changed in the movie at all.
dump it was two exposition dumps to start the movie, and then it was 2 hours long. So it was like in that sense it felt exposition dump is where they tell you everything. So like a movie starts and it's like, I'm Charlie Book. I'm the 33rd member of the Book family who's been a librarian. I'm the one who has to make sure that the library stays open.
It's how Ferris Bueller starts. Yeah, it's how Ferris Bueller starts. Yeah.
Rather than showing you by giving you the movie. Like great movies just give you. I mean, there are great movies that tell you from the get.
Have you seen Superman yet? Yeah. Okay, well this doesn't ruin anything. But they do the best job of that I've ever seen in a movie. Oh my god. It's like it basically the movie hasn't even come on yet, right? And they do like a Star Wars style thing. Star Wars kind of started this, right? It gives you a lot of pretense without needing to give you a lot of pretense. But it basically is like 300 years ago, 30 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 days ago, 3 hours ago, 3 minutes ago, and then it starts the movie. and like it just gives, yeah, it basically like counts it down in a nice way and gives you a lot of information, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready. I dive right in, right? Like you don't need to just dive right in, and they did, and it was I really, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It was really good. I'm stoked to rewatch it in my basement in my theater.
That's all good movies need to be treated, you know?
That's why I bought. I don't know if I told you this. I did. This is like 3 years ago or whatever it was. I did my first ever Black Friday shopping where I actually went somewhere to do the Black Friday shopping as opposed to like nowadays, which is obviously all online. And I went to Best Buy and I bought the year before's top of the line QLED Samsung smart television, 75 inches. And I also got the dueling surround. It's a hard swallow. Dueling like surround sound that goes with it. And so my basement's really low walls. The walls are probably like 6.5, 7 feet. They're super short. And so I like when you're in there and it's low, it's small, it's dark, it just feels like a swaggy ass theater. So every time a movie comes out, I'm like, can we wait for it to come out on streaming so I can watch it in my house? Oh, Big Poppy. Pretty stoked for that. I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet. I need to see Thunderbolts. Being scared, and why am I going to be paid to be scared? Why am I going to pay someone to scare me?
Age experiences where horror has a lot to do with my upbringing and who I became. So
See, like, so here, this is why I hate horror movies. I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, and my sisters made me watch Scream, and I like it. Just I couldn't do it. Never again. Never again.
my brother, I have the same story. My brother made me watch Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 7 or 8 years old. It's like just way too young for that.
Things for you. Oh, Roki and Shohei dual auto or dual card. Yo, if we get that as the dual auto in the dynamic duels, Ordog, we may have to like just permanently shut down the show. It just never could. It never. Someone pulled.
Odds are better.
Someone already won Aaron Judge Shohei Logo Man card. That got pulled already, which is wild. I didn't even have a chance to like think I had a chance because I didn't get one of the packs yet. Like, you know what I mean? Normally my think evaporate pretty quickly. I just like end up not thinking. You know what I mean?
Probably evaporating while I
I'm
think.
probably evaporating. You know,
Do
what can
you
I
know
say?
what one of my favorite processes in science is called sublimation? And it's when a solid becomes a gas, like
Solid to
solid to
gas.
gas, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it's called sublimation. I just love that that's what it is.
What there are a couple compounds that do that, right? And elements. There are a couple elements that do it too.
If you're interested in
Science is
science,
fucking cool. Kids. Science is
if you don't
cool.
think guy running like the what's legally allowed in the rules through a program that's like an AutoCAD thing that spits out 15,000 different like that's how they figured that shit out, you know?
You like science and math because baseball is driven by science and math. It's probably the most science and mathematical driven um, sport there is.
Well, maybe I think soccer just has done so much, bro. I've even done physics projects on soccer, bro. Although I was actually
It's a lot less like, okay, you kick a ball this way, right? But spin and all that. But like, I think that's also just like techniques that have been learned over periods, well as like the way of baseball has physically changed as a way of math, right? Like Moneyball literally changed the way the game of baseball is played. You know, baseball players hitting 300 now is not something that people look at because no one hits 300, right? Like hitting 300 in Major League Baseball used to be like a very very common occurrence. And like people oh Paul Skeens.
popular. I'm not Googling it with image safe off. I'm telling you that.
Aggie card. I'm really not upset about that. And I
Or do you like being jealous? The way that Travis doesn't like being scared, but I do. Does it make you want to be scared?
why would anybody be jealous? Like you have the opportunity to do it too. But I also like I'm jealous. Like you say that like oh jealous of me. There are people who pull like sick ass cards that I've never even I have the same opportunity. I may not have the I have a different kind of luck, right? Like I have a lot of Paul Skeens autographs. I have a lot of Paul Skeens autographs. But I've only ever pulled one Paul Skeens autograph. I've only ever pulled Uno. And so like and it was I broke like the sound barrier with how loud. And was is that the card that I stared at for like 25 minutes before I even like responded to you?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a while that I kind of
But
sat there
those are
and
the
I was
moments, man.
like,
That's why we break. That's why we break.
we break.
This is why.
Oh, all right. Met and Yankee back to back. Luis Acuna, or Luis Acuna, Luis Angel Acuna, a little rookie, and then a little Aaron Judge All Star card. A little Aaron Judge All Star card. And then we got a little Justin Werblensky. A little Werblensky. Oh! Oh!
Back cards here, my man.
Many of these. Um, but we got a Will Wagner, Toronto Blue Jays, 37 of 50 auto.
That's awesome. Is that rookie? Is he a rookie?
I don't pull many autos from these.
Hey, brother.
I pulled 2 rookie autos today, but I didn't pull many autos from those hobby exclusive packs. I think I've only pulled 1 more, and it was a good auto. I forget who it was. It was a sick auto. I have it somewhere. Was it the Trout? No. The Trout was something else. The Trout was. I remember the Trout. The Trout was. I remember the Trout. 25.
25.
Trout of 25. And do you remember me being like, oh my God, it's a numbered card. Oh my God, it's the Angels. Oh my God, it's Mike Trout. Oh my God. Yeah, it went by layers. I love layers. A little Jackson Merrill. A little Junior Chimeo.
Save your life. Junior Caminero. You just like hip shoot it. You're just like Junior Chimero. It's like that's. I went on it. I know, brother. I've given you a lot of slack, right? I've given you a lot of slack. I've given you a lot of flack. We've just talked a lot, okay? We've just talked a lot, Trav.
Come on, go do it. I'm grabbing a beer.
Went down a YouTube rabbit hole on Juan Soto's insane contract holdout. Not holdout, but just and not that he did an insane holdout, just what he ended up with after doing a bit of a holdout. The dude's contract is crazy. And when the guy was just putting the numbers into perspective, but I think he said that Juan Soto in one game will make more than Caitlin Clark will make in her entire career.
$1,000 a year. Do the math. I'll do the math.
Absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
Okay, do the math. Bring up a calculator in front of me. Bring up a calculator. So Juan Soto's deal is 10 years. It's verse for $800 million. Right?
1,620 games for 800 million. So he's getting 500,000, roughly 400 to 500 grand per game is his salary.
Per game. Because no. Because in 16, yeah, I guess. Because in 162 times 160. Hold on, 162 times 10 or times 10 is 1,620, and then 800 162. Yeah, and so 800 million. It comes out to 500, just under $500,000. Yeah, wow.
And yeah, so if and maybe they were saying her contract, his contract is worth more.
Contract was 10 years. If her contract was the same length, she'd get paid the same. She'd get paid the less amount over the 10 years that he'd get in 2 games.
Oh, in 2 fucking games. Oh my God, that's insane. That's insane.
Out there.
And by the way, the point this thing was making was Juan Soto is overpaid. Absolutely, Juan Soto's overpaid. That's the result.
Should be the highest paid person in Major League Baseball, and it's this guy.
You're right. It is Shohei Ohtani.
It's just Shohei. But I think that is why. But here, we're gonna segue based off this conversation, right? Thing that I think is incredibly interesting about the game of baseball and sports inherently, but in the game of baseball, most owners of current franchises have an incredibly high net worth. And if you use Steve Cohen as just an example, he's the he's the as deep as it gets, right? Or right? He's worth, you know, tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars, right? Like he's worth more money than any of us can ever understand in a lifetime. But but Steve, dude, I sorry, not to interject. The difference between a million seconds and a billion seconds, to put into perspective how much a billion at, it's like days versus years. Years.
Of course. It's 1,000 times.
Um, so Steve Cohen, when he purchased the New York Mets, had one goal in his decision, and his only goal was win, right? His goal was not there to make money. His goal was to win. Making money obviously is part of the equation and it comes with winning, but he wanted to win a World Series with the New York Mets. He is from New York and a lifelong New York Mets fan, and he's worth more money than God. All he wants in the world is to get the Mets to win a World Series. So all Steve Cohen has done since becoming what? Oh, um, but all Steve Cohen has done is spent money in an absurd way to try to get them to win a World Series. And if you look at Rob Manfred, who is the owner of the Colorado Rockies. Maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think if you took away the value of the Rockies, his net worth is $700 million, which is not a lot of money. And the Rockies, for what they are, print money, dude. They have a really good attendance and they get people to show up no matter what. And as long as the Rockies make him money, why would he sell? Right? And so there is the argument. Hold on, my phone. I gotta do one thing really quickly.
Or his phone's gonna die. So we'll take Travis's minute here, and let's see. I'll put
No, I'm not plugging in. I'm not plugging in. I'm going to low power mode, and then when it gets to 10%, I'm going to plug in and adjust. Um, but so, and it's hard to say that his ideology is wrong. But why sell a team that is not that is making him money, even when they're the worst team in Major League Baseball? Right? From a business standpoint, that's a dumb. You're gonna sell something that makes you money no matter what happens, right? Like that's basic economics. It's basic economics. But from a fan and people who love the team, right? And it's so interesting to have like the Mets and Red Sox be where I sit with most of my caring, and then the Rockies, and see the dichotomy between the two of them. But if he sold the team to like the Cronkies, right? Or or sold the team to some rich Colorado person who just like wants to win. And I think that the thing that we don't understand about wealth when you start getting to that point is a lot of these things are just like toys, right? Oh, they get to go to a board meeting and be like, my team won the World Series, the team I own, right? And like that is something I want. If I am a fan of a team, I want my team owned by a Steve Cohen. I want my team owned by someone who is from that area, loves that team, has more money than his great 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 grandchildren will know what to do with. And all that he wants, his entire purpose in owning a team is to win, right? Even if that team fails a million times, I know that they're going to keep fucking trying because it doesn't matter. And that's what I want. Like, I want my teams to win. I don't care. I don't care if they make money. I don't care if they sell out the seats. I want them to win. Whatever it takes, win. I really enjoy the Colorado Rockies. I think that the Rockies have a big upside and a big possibility, right? They have, in my biased opinion and in a lot of unbiased opinions, one of the top 5 ballparks in Major League Baseball, right? Denver's a, and people love hitting dingers, and our shout out to Dinger, and people. It's a great city. It's a great place to watch a ballpark. When that place is packed and rocking, that place is packed and rocking. And I I think that Denver, as a for the last 30 years, has an expectation of winning because of what John Elway and the Broncos established, right? And I think that that town wants championships, and they've gotten a few, right? Avs, Nuggets, Broncos in 20, whatever it was. Um, they like championships. I thought it was going to say 18, but I didn't think that Peyton Manning was still playing football in 2018.
It in 07.
And they, I hate the stigma, and I believe that it's somewhat true, but I hate the stigma of good pitchers will never come here because of the inflation that they'll get in their stats because of the way they hit. That happens here, right? So here's my thing. Half your games you're going to pitch are not going to be here, right? Half the games you pitch will be here, right? If Paul Skeens was in Denver and not in Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens would still be Paul fucking Skeens.
That so I guess Verstappen's known to be like the best wet race driver, but aren't there other drivers that are good like wet track drivers and like they can get positions in F1 because they're better at wet track? I just think I think someone's going to make that argument about this where it's like it's a slightly different skill set. People like clay versus grass tennis courts or something. Like people just have like a slightly different version of the game, slightly different optimizations.
Wasn't for, not to say this, but it's somewhat true, is if it wasn't for the French Open, would Rafael, or in a clay major, would Rafael Nadal really be considered one of the greatest tennis players of all time? He won like 22 majors, but 14 of them were at Roland Garros, right? Like,
Aspect of playing if clay wasn't an option ever. It's just
driver is a Formula One driver for a reason. They are nowadays, it's probably, back in the day it was the 20 best drivers of a race car in the world. Now it's, probably the top 30, right? There are probably 10 other race drivers in other circuits of something that, yeah, or like Valtteri Bottas is still probably a better driver than Lance Stroll, right? Let's be honest. Um, and so, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Nico Rosberg and be better than he is. You hear me out. such a shock. But I don't even remember where this tangent started at.
Well, maybe pitchers wouldn't want to play in Colorado.
I think that the downside, obviously, is if you're a contact pitcher. If you're a contact pitcher, it's hard to play here, right? Because you get essentially an extra 15 feet. So a fly out to deep left field becomes a home run, right? And I understand that.
Bloopers into the outfield.
Glove that I got chipped in. The glove got in. Isn't this thing swaggy, dude? No, I've been naturally wearing it in over time. Heart of the Hide, Rawlings, Boston Red Sox. Thing is pretty swaggy. But I think that at the end of the day, Roger Clemens, if Roger Clemens pitched the game that he pitched for the Boston Red Sox in 1987 or whatever it was, he'd still have 20 fucking strikeouts. You know what I mean? Like that fact would not have changed. And I think that there is a stigma that's not a stigma. If Paul Skeens was on the Colorado Rockies, I will truly believe that his statistics would go up by less than 5%.
That makes sense.
If they were impacted at all, the impact would be minimal. Like I think that if oh my God, Tyrone McGill, pitcher for the Mets, who's like middle of the road pitcher, and he came to Colorado, you'd get fucking lit up. But I think that part of it is a mental block for pitchers. But I've also come to Colorado and watched away pitchers no hit the Rockies into fucking 6-7 innings, right? Altitude doesn't play, isn't. Oh, it's the altitude. Then how are they getting no hit through that long? You know what I mean? And they're the home team. This is supposed to be their spot. So I do think that there are undeniable scientific impacts. I don't think that it's enough that if you threw enough money at Spencer Strider, right? Or you threw enough money at why am I blanking on the guy? Sherrick Scrubel. If you threw enough money at some of the best pitchers in the world, George Kirby. Shout out George Kirby. His contract's up soon, right? Like throw a stupid money at Kirby. Throw Kirby a $15-16 million a year deal.
Million to Juan Soto. Juan Soto is worth more than LeBron James.
That I was doing. Got in a cachet of Tovar 101s. We'll go through it. Bowman Transcendent 101 auto.
He looks like a Greek god in there, bro.
Certified. Is this triple threads? I forget which one this is. Transcendent. This is Transcendent Collection Logo Man 101 auto. Rookie card nonetheless. Rookie Rose 101. I think this is a 9. This is a 9. PSA 9. And then the PSA 10 Rose Gold Topps Chrome rookie card with the logo in the back. And then I got this little sexy little PSA 10 as well from it. It was a good Tovar day. But like Tovar, every one of those was a 1 of 1 except for the gold SSP, which is of 10. All the other ones 1 of 1s. I actually probably have the best Ezekiel Tovar 1 of 1 collection outside of Ezekiel Tovar. Have given him some of what goes into his collection. Some of this may end up that stuff too. So at some point, some of this will probably end up in his collection as well. But that's the nature of the biz. But like my point being, Tovar, Gold Glove shortstop for the Colorado Rockies. He is the type of player that you could theoretically build a franchise around. And the Rockies pay him $14 million a year. That's a fucking steal. In the realm of baseball contracts, $14 million for Tovar. And Tovar gets you a Gold Glove, and he's unfortunately been hurt this year, but he's got a really good bat. Right? Is it Soto's bat? No. But the other thing baseball or is this year 4. Look it up. Something that a lot of baseball players currently don't have, and that's he has a really good eye, right? He's really good at taking pitches. He's really good at making pitchers go long into at bats, and he's really good at getting walks, right? And he does his little Shoto shuffle.
Shuffle. Shoto shuffle.
But it's wild to me, and I get you runs score or runs win baseball games, but like defense saves you baseball games. And it is a little crazy to me how undervalued defensive abilities are. Right? Like, hear me out for a second. And this was highlighted because of what just happened in Boston with Devers being traded. But imagine Dave Roberts in LA going up to Mookie Betts and telling Mookie Betts, Mookie, I need you to play first base tonight. What's going to happen? Mookie Betts is going to slap on the first baseman's mitt and be sitting there working it out, and he's going to go do it. And guess what? He's going to be insane at it.
Lineup? You want me in the same
So I'm
batting?
going to hit 9. And he would. And Mookie Betts is paid $350 million a year. Yeah.
$50 million a year, Travis.
Jesus Christ. It's been such a long weekend. But he gets $350 million. That's his contract. And Mookie, I know Shohei is it's inarguable. Shohei is the most valuable player in Major League Baseball. It's inarguable. But I think the most valuable baseball player to a baseball team, if they go to any baseball team that will make that baseball team better, regardless of the situation, no matter anything else, is Mookie fucking Betts. Mookie Betts is first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famer. He is my favorite baseball player on the planet. I love Mookie Betts. He's a great. I don't know if you know. You have to know this story. You have to know this story. So 2018, yeah, we 18 win the World Series, right? So I'm going to get part of this story wrong. I forget. I forget if it was the them winning the ALCS and moving on to the World Series, or them winning the World Series, right? After the party, Mookie Betts in Fenway, Mookie Betts takes the leftover food and goes out and like gives it to homeless people. And no one knew, but like a writer happened to be leaving at the same time and like documented the whole thing. And like he's given things out of his bag, he's fed people, he's done all of these unbelievable things without recognition, and they're way different. But the thing, who he reminds me of is Ted Williams, because if you don't, Ted Williams was seriously hated by the media. He was hated by the media. He was not an easy person to deal with at all. And there is documented proof of that. However, he was one of the most generous human beings ever. There was once a kid who was dying of cancer that Ted Williams got the letter that he was dying of cancer. He finished the game, flew out to the kid with his own plane that he had, chartered a plane, went, saw the kid, then came back and played the game. And he had one rule. If you were a writer or you were anything and you found out, you were not allowed to tell anyone, because he did not want any ideology that what he was doing was from nothing other than the goodness of his heart. He was the number one person ever at the Jimmy Fund until the day he died. He was doing appearances and doing stuff for the Jimmy Fund. He'd make sure people went and saw the kid. He was so generous, and just like Mookie, it wasn't about they didn't want it for the recognition. It's not about recognition. It's about, being a good person. And that's who they are. And that's, it's the type of people I like to root for.
Make sure to give to your Mookie Betts, okay? Just wherever you can find a Mookie Betts, just like
I love this. This is 99 Mookie Betts. This is why I love this pack. I could go and sit here through every card forever. No, like it's Sandy Koufax and Clayton Kershaw, dual card.
the Koufax Kershaw.
So you guys are about to. You know what I'm gonna do? I gotta clear the side of this so it doesn't.
So, and we're at 60 minutes. We can get wrapped up soon, I think.
Well, then I'm at 10, so we'll die, and so we may have to do this real quick. You can't plug in.
Give me like 8 minutes.
Gooden. Tarek, the Cy Young winners. Tarek Struble, Chris. Wait, what? Oh, are you shitting me? I got the same fucking card back to back.
Identical. Oh,
identical back to back. What
bad job No.
Bad job.
Guys,
that's
don't
a
do that.
really cool one.
We used to get these for free. Don't do that.
68 of 99. Francisco Lindor, Derek Jeter. Well, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see if I can get that signed. There is a Jeter signing coming up. I'm gonna do that for sure. That's being pulled aside. That's being pulled aside for sure. All right, we're gonna cook. Mike Trout, Vladimir Guerrero Sr.
That's cool too. Senior, I think, was the subject of some controversy about his age. He was one of those guys that like they never knew if he was actually the age that he said. Was he a Dominican?
Or David Wright. Ooh, that's a good one. David Wright just got his number. Yo, what the fuck? What? Oh, we got our dual auto. What the fuck?
No, boo. These are premium sets. Don't do this. You don't pay extra for this. That's not how it works.
That's not how this works. Our dual auto. It's super disappointing. No one I've ever heard of. That's kind of disappointing. Justin Henry Malloy and Trey Sweeney. I know who Trey Sweeney is. And Trey Sweeney, 14 of 50. That's not all right. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. All things considered, we'll take it. We'll take it. Speaking of the boy, Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts. Mookie. Juan Soto, J-Rod. Junior Canera. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. 3 in a row.
Oh my God.
Mason Wynn, Junior Caminero, right? Mason Wynn, Junior Caminero, right? Yep. Mason Wynn, Junior Caminero. It's of 10, baby. Of 10. 6 of 10.
Fucked up, and also that they gave you a good one.
Like sending something or like Tops and be like, yo, Tops, what the fuck? Oh, R.I.P. Rafi Devers, Wade Boggs. No, Rafi Devers. He's no longer on the Red Sox.
No, I know, but did you know that there's also like an conspiracy that Wade Boggs?
Yes, yeah, I did. No.
Gonna suck because we're not gonna know because we're all gonna go. No, he's not because people have been saying R.I.P. Wade Boggs maybe for 4 years.
Merrill.
That's awesome. Also, I think, and I'm gonna do research on this, Travis, for next week. I think I know where the rumor came from. What's
Woods?
James Woods.
Or James Wood, sorry. James Wood, Jason Dominguez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And guess what? We finally got a pack that doesn't have repeats. And then we got our youth impact with Jackson Churio and John Kenny Noel. We got our Jackson. There we go. Always got to get a Jackson.
To pull a Churio. We needed to.
All right, last pack. Here we go. Let's last packer. Spencer Schwarbuckle, Rhett Lawler.
Heck yeah.
Francisco Jeter.
Ooh. Go ahead.
if there's a way I can get this, this is a sick one. Bobby Witt Jr., Ellie Dela Cruz. Oh, that's a swaggy P1. Two young
MLB.
stars. Jason Dominguez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got that one again. And then last card. Oh, that's a sick one. That's a sick card. Not numbered. But Warp Speed, Ellie Dela Cruz, Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, so wait, so you got an upgraded version of the Wit.
Yeah. I got the upgraded version.
Well, now we know which one. Both. It was perfect, Travis. It was perfect.
Do this one in gold because see the outline is like in gold. Yeah. Dude, good show, good shit. Good show, good shit. We got another one next week where I'll be opening the dynamic duels and then something cool that I'm going to be getting on the way back. Hopefully, I may, dude. I'm going to be doing some research to try to figure out some shit I'm going to do with this. But Ordog, final thoughts for the people. What do you got?
Go watch sport. Go play. Oh man, you know what I gotta say? How about this? Go watch Happy Gilmore because it's a sports movie, and then go play Tony Hawk 3 and 4 because that's one of the best sports games of all time.
Legendary, come on,
Crazy. But they remade 1 and 2 like 4 years ago. They just remade 3 and 4, and they're crazy. So go check those out. I don't know. Go have some fun, love each other, and call your parents and love the people around you.
Never be afraid to say I love you. I love you too, Ordog. I'll talk to you later, but we will be back together here next week for another great show. Peace.